And the Facilities Management Committee is called to order. The roll call, Mr. Shermy.
Yes, sir. Good evening. Mr. Henry Lafont?
Here.
Mr. Myron Wright?
Here.
Ms. Marion Fertitta? We have two here. You have a quorum.
Thank you, Mr. Shermy. Item 2, Domain Architecture to receive a report from Ingrid Williams on Hurricane Ida project. Ms. Williams.
We are in the middle of wrapping up 4, 5, and 10. They have most of the work completed. They still have the roof work on Building A, one of the little side roofs. So, and then I think we have the change order for the electrical to be hooked up to Building 10. That's what's on. And then the overall project, the campus improvements, they're in the middle or starting demo, and they're going to be removing the T buildings pretty soon, and then get started on demoing the library and classroom band building is what's next. And after that, they'll do the surcharge for the new building, get that pad work set, and let it sit while they start working on some of the other stuff in Building A. And then, of course, the re-roof project has not, they are currently waiting on some materials to come in and finish up their portion of the roof work on Building A.
Any questions for Ms. Williams?
I see some metal on there.
Thank you, Ms. Williams.
Good, thank you.
Item B, to consider a change order request for the Golden Meadow Middle School buildings 4, 5, and 610. Mr. Sherman.
Yes, sir. The recommended action is to accept the change order request in the sum total of $2,793.73 and add 6 days to the Golden Meadow Middle School buildings 4, 5, and 10 project to infill the stage vent with bricks and re-tuck point cracked grout lines. This includes, this includes a $143 professional fee adjustment as this was added.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So move, Mr. Wright. I'll second. Any public comment? Any board comment? Being none, let's vote. Motion passes. Item 3, Dallas O'Brien to receive a report from Doug Dorsey on the HVAC replacement project at Cutoff Elementary School.
Cutoff Elementary School, we replaced all the fan call units in the classrooms before school, and we have a few things left to do. The controls right now is operating on manual. We're waiting on the contractor to finalize the controls. All of that work is going to be done after school and after hours. This facility running. We have all of the duct work run, all of the ceiling work done. All of the outside air units are completed. The only thing we left with is controls and electrical, new electrical for the outside air units, and then testing balance to make sure everything is in order. So all of that's going to be done after hours, minimize disruption to the facility, if any at all. That's about it. So we are right there.
The project isn't complete yet, but you could already tell a difference when you walk into school. A lot drier. It's a lot just tell, and it still hasn't been balanced, right?
That hasn't been
balanced. It is really going to bring it to a whole nother
And
level.
once we put in the outside air unit, it's really going to pressurize the building, and it's going to make it different.
Thank you, Mr. Dorsey.
Are all classrooms able to be used right now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any questions for Mr. Dorsey?
That was down to like August the 4th at midnight.
Thank you for
Thank you for that too, Doug.
Yes.
Thank y'all.
Item 4, Gossen, Holloway, and Cortez to receive a report from Justin Cortez on the St. Charles Elementary School Classroom Addition Project.
Hello, board members. Give you a quick rundown of everything that's been going on since last month. We're at about 100% complete with the brick install on the building. We actually just went out the other day to punch that out so they can start cleaning it and sealing it. They've got a few things they need to address, but I think they'll be able to take care of that pretty quickly. All the windows have been installed. Interior block has received primer and first coat of paint, and then once we have the building conditioned, they'll go ahead and do second coat. Roofing system is currently being completed. Sprinkler system above the above ceiling rough ends for plumbing and electrical systems, along with HVAC and ductwork, is currently nearing completion. Marker boards and tack boards have been installed throughout the building. The suspended acoustical ceiling grid is currently being installed throughout the building. And the site paving for the bus loop in the parking area was completed and was able to be used for the start of school. It was pretty tight, but they got it in.
Again, midnight.
I was about to say it was tight. They got it in though. But building number one, all the interior finishes are complete. Ceilings have been completed, minus the ceiling tile. That's probably the last thing that needs to be completed in building number one. And then we had some photos to kind of show you guys some of the progress on the building. Classrooms, that's a restroom. All the rough ends. Another view of the classroom. So that looking down the corridor, they got all the ceiling grid in, first coat of paint, tack rails. It's an exterior view of the building. They're going to be cleaning that brick up and sealing it pretty soon, and they'll start pouring all the concrete around the exterior shortly after that. Installing the canopies that go above the front door and the side door right there. And we did some building skirting around to kind of safety reasons to block off the bottom of the building number one. And I think somebody asked last month, but that's the fresh coat of paint on the building. It looks a lot better. So, and that's our
They've had
view.
gravel for years and years. I know they're happy with that cement. Always a pleasure when you get a cement working.
Thank you, Mr. Cortez. Any questions for Mr. Cortez? Item B, to consider a change order request for the St. Charles Elementary Classroom Addition Project. Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chair. The recommended action is to accept the change order request for various changes to the scope of work in the sum total of $20,597.35 and have 2 days due to inclement weather at the St. Charles Elementary Classroom Addition Project. The breakout of the various changes are $2,943.30 for unforeseen sewer line we discovered once we started digging in there and had to relocate it. $1,543.81 to add a quick mix to the concrete to have it cured in time to open the school. We have $14,717.87. The site modifications that took place on the back. These were also unforeseen once we had the building in place. There's some adjustments by that playground in the back and to straighten out some of the security fences, right? So almost all of these were an additional, so rightfully so, there's a professional fee adjustment of $1,392.37. Of course, the 2 additional days due to the weather.
So move, Mr. Wright. Chairman will second. Any public comment? Any board comment? I would just say I'm surprised it's only 2 additional days.
Justin, how many you have allocated?
I forget how many it was for the month.
At least 6, huh?
Yeah, I think it's 6 required for this month. So yeah, we have built into the contract. They have to, allocate certain amount of days per month for weather. So they didn't meet it. I think they went 8 days, so we get to. Yeah.
Please vote. Motion passes. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Item 5, Jeremy Bruce to receive a report from Daniel Bruce on various repair projects. Mr. Bruce.
Good evening. My various projects tonight are the South Lafourche High School HVAC project. The contractor is moving right along. They They completed the Carter of 800, 900 wing for the summer. They are currently staged up in the second floor of the classroom wing, waiting on mechanical equipment to be received. Probably sometime in October is our best guess at this moment in time. And then they'll basically continue phasing in that HVAC work.
Thank you, Ms. Bruce. Any questions for Ms. Bruce? Item B, to consider a change order request for Hurricane Ida Golden Meadow Lower Elementary and South Lafourche High School project. Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir. The recommended action is to approve the change order request to add 9 days to the Hurricane Ida Golden Meadow Lower Elementary and South Lafourche High School projects due to inclement weather.
So moved, Mr. Wright, second by Chair. Any public comment? Any board comment? If not, let's please vote. Motion passes. Item C, to consider a change order request for the Transportation Center project. Mr. Sheremy.
Yes, sir. The recommended action is to approve a change order request to add 2 days to the Transportation Center project due to inclement weather.
So move, Mr. Wright, second by the chair. Any public comment? Any board comment? If not, let's please vote. Motion passes.
Just one quick comment. The South Lafourche Golden Meadow project is substantially complete. We're doing a walkthrough inspection on Monday. So,
Thank you, Dave. Appreciate it.
have a good night.
Item 6, the plan is design group to receive a report from Blaze Dufresne on various repair projects. Mr. Dufresne.
How you doing? All right, I guess I'll just go through these. The first one would be Bayou Blue Middle School Gymnasium re-roof. We did a substantial completion walkthrough on July 17th for that project, and we're in the 45-day lead period, punch list period right now. Contract, I believe, finished the punch list signs. We just need to go out there and take a look at everything and close out the project. That one worked out well. The Central Lafourche and Thibodeau High School Fieldhouse roof replacements. We had a pre-construction meeting and issued a notice to proceed on July 29th. Laperouse is the contractor on that project, and they're currently working on getting their submittals together and shop drawings so they can submit them to us before they mobilize that. So we're doing okay on that one. And then we have the multiple site repairs, the different schools. Right now, Pisciola is the contractor on that project, and he's working on several schools which are completed. He has here the following schools completed are Chack Bay Elementary, Golden Meadow Upper Elementary, South LaRose Elementary, Raceland Lower Elementary, and Raceland Middle School. They're ordering materials. I think he has on here some blinds that they ordered, some playground equipment at Bayou Buff's temporary campus is ordered and beginning to arrive at the contractor's warehouse. And Laperouse is working on manufacturing or fabricating their roofing components to mobilize on a few of the roofing projects that they have as part of that overall project. Right now, I think substantial completion is scheduled for October 9th. That's my report.
Thank you, Mr. Dufresne. Any questions for Mr. Dufresne? Thank you, sir. All right, no problem. Item 7. Agnes Goodwin Utley Engineers to receive a report from Robert Utley on various repair projects. Mr. Utley.
Good evening. We're going to go ahead and cover 3 different projects here. First one is Hurricane Ida Galliano Elementary School Annex Building outside air renovations that were done on this. The job is has been substantially completed. We do have a certificate of substantial completion was recorded on August 12th on this project. And we're in the 45-day lien period on it. So there's still maybe some little pickups here and there, but it's all going to be wrapped up here on this job. Any questions on that one? Okay, the second project is the sanitation piping renovations at South Lafourche High School. And they are through with that project and substantially complete on it. So we'll, the substantial completion was back on July 8th. So that job is done. We do have something later on about it, but they have completed all the piping. They changed piping. Some of it was not. They did run into some electrical lines that were in the slab when they were coring through it. They had routed the electrical service in from some sub panels out to outlets and lighting and stuff that was in the slab. They hit that one circuit in it, and that raised our eyebrows to it. So we changed the methodology in how they were handling that, which is what will be presented to you in the change order. But that caused no decrease in maintenance ability to it. So we thought that it was a good way to go with it, and we minimized the chance of hitting any other circuits. So, and that circuit was repaired. Okay, any questions on that one? Okay, and then our third project is the boiler replacement at Bayou Blue Middle. This job is also completed and finished, and the cleared lien certificate was dated July 8th, 25. We've sent the clear lien in to y'all, and they are requesting final payment on that project. So that's all. The boilers were replaced. They're up and running. They put in that roll-up door, so now they have the maintenance ability in that. It all turned out really well. Maintenance was very happy about all of that. Now they can easily better maintain things inside that boiler room.
Thank you, Mr. Lee. Any questions at all? All right, that'll bring us to item B, to consider a change order request for the South Lafourche High School sanitary piping renovations project. Mr. Sherman.
Yes, sir. The recommended action is to accept the change order request in the sum credit of $19,410.50 and add 3 days for the South Lafourche High School sanitary piping renovations project. Install new conduit and wiring damaged below the building and eliminate 14 cleanouts, 3 floor drains, and 5 shower drains. The breakout of this credit is we had $27,558 of cleanouts and floor drains and shower drains that we eliminated that we just didn't need, but we had it in the project there in case we needed it. And then the repairs to the damaged conduit is $8,147.50, which leads to the sum is still a credit of $19,410.50. Of course, they're adding 3 additional days to complete this electrical repair.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So move, Mr. Wright. Chair will second. Any public comment?
I want to let you know they were removed from being in the slab, but they are below the building, so there is still the capability of cleaning out those lines. So I want to let you know we did not decrease the ability to clean out the lines. You just can't do it from above the slab in the building.
Thank you, Mr. Oven. Any board comment? Being none, we'll vote. Motion passes. Thank you, sir. Item 8, Grow Flores Prosperi. To receive a report from Andy Positeri on various Hurricane Ida repair projects.
Good evening, everyone. 2 projects to report on under this agenda item tonight. The first one is going to be the Central Lafourche High School, Thibodeau High School roof It's really a Hurricane Ida repair project, but the remaining items of work are on the roof. They continue to be in liquidated damages, first of all, and I've reported on that every month for quite a while now, so we're continuing to tally on that. At the beginning of this month, after a meeting with Mr. Amity and Mr. Jeremy and Mr. Bernard, I prepared and sent a demand letter to the contractor. Miraculously, a few people started showing up at the site after that. So they provided us with a schedule that right now tells us they'll be finished by September 5th. And so I'd say we're cautiously optimistic on that. I was on the roof at 6:30 this morning just to do what I'm calling just a pre-punch list walkthrough with the representative from All South. They are making progress on those higher roofs. There's a few little punch list items, of course, that we're noting right now, but I have seen an improvement since the letter went out. So we'll see. I'll believe it when September 5th rolls around. Other than that, they are continuing. Any questions on that one? If not, the other project for information tonight is the demolition at Bayou Buff Elementary School. That project is essentially substantially complete. This past Friday, I believe, Entergy did hook up power to the new pole that was placed there in a location that will allow the new project to be constructed. There was a delay on Entergy's part, so the contractor is technically a little bit behind, but I can't really say it was their fault. So we have a lot of documentation going back and forth with Entergy trying to get the power out, power activated, I should say. But the buildings that needed to come down are down. The equipment's been hauled off site. I believe they did the field work for the final survey that we required in our documents. So we're kind of in that closeout period already. So we'll be processing a substantial completion certificate for the administration to sign here shortly on that. That's it for the information part of my presentation.
Thank you. Item B is to consider bids for the Bayou Buff Elementary New School project. Jeremy.
The recommended action is to accept the low bid from Taylor Enterprises of Louisiana LLC with a base bid of $8,676,000. To accept alternate number 1 in the amount of $170,038. To accept alternate number 2 in the amount of $149,855, and to reject alternate number 3 in the amount of $5,235, for a bid total of $8,995,893, with a design fee in the sum of $661,364, for a total project amount of $9,657,257 for the Bayou Buff Elementary New School project.
So move, Mr. Wright. Gerald, second. Any public comment? Ms. Jeremy?
Yeah, if to speak to the alternates so y'all understand what it is, or Andy, if you want to explain the 3 alternates.
Yeah, sure, happy to do that. So in the base bid, let's start there. The base bid is for the new building itself, the new classroom building, and the FEMA approved and FEMA eligible scope of work to stabilize what I'm calling the Little Red Schoolhouse. And the associated parking that was there before in the old school. So that's the base bid. Alternate number 1 is to construct a pavilion that is the identical size to what is being constructed at St. Charles Elementary. So there'll be a pavilion on that old basketball court, tennis court in the back of the site. It'll be built at that location. Alternate number 2 is some additional concrete parking just for added, we call it a staff parking area, but just to increase the amount of available parking on the site. And alternate 3, which was rejected or recommended not to be approved, was to pressure wash the classroom building, the white building that's out there right now. John said he could do it himself a lot cheaper.
Yeah. But we needed to see what the number was.
Yeah, what we did.
I want to go watch John do that.
Yeah.
Any public comment? Any board comment? If none, let's vote, please. Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Item 9A, receive a report from Mr. Bob Bernard on Hurricane Ida recovery status. First of all, Mr. Bernard, I wasn't here for the last meeting, and I want to thank you for the concession stand, press box.
Was I disappointed?
I bet you were.
I look across and you're not there.
Steve Smith called me, he said, you guess what's going on? Thank you, Mr.
Good
Bernard.
news on that. And a little more good news too on the FEMA side. The ball is definitely rolling. So, and you'll notice a project list is coming down. Bayou Buff Elementary, the 428 project, we're calling it. This is for the new building. We did receive the rec on August 7th. So that's good news. That means we can start construction. There'll be no delays like we had in St. Charles. So that basically after tonight, we're going to close that project. It's going to come off the books. For this meeting at least. Go to middle, the 428 project. Still waiting on EHP approval for this one. It's in CRC right now. In fact, it's really in our court. We're going back and forth on this flood wall option, which is probably the least cost that they're going to accept. Remember, this is just an exercise to get the CAP funds. To go to the project, we have to show them least cost to make, do mitigation efforts. And it looks like the flood wall option will be the option. That's going to be capped. So we're meeting with the architect, I think sometime this week, early next week, to go over this and then get this back to CRC. Once they get it, then they can move and get to EHP for them to release it. The good news is on the EHP side, they've already looked at the project and they're ready to turn it loose. So it just has to go through the proper chain. Okay, South Lafourche High School Chair ROTC. I believe we spoke about this the last time. That chair likely will not, well, not likely, is not going to qualify for the FEMA 50, which means now we have to do a CAP project. And again, it's a costing thing where we have to get the cost up as high as we can, cap the project and find out what that number is going to be. ROTC should be a 50%, which means we can rebuild it based on the construction cost. Any questions so far? Okay. The HVAC replacement. So all along we told y'all that it hadn't moved anywhere, right? They came and did the site inspection. We found out from Mr. Eddie Williams with FEMA that CRC will accept the project, which is good news. You know, they could have rejected it once we gave them the narrative and the description of the damages and said it wouldn't qualify, or they didn't think it would. So we had enough information there for them to look at and go ahead and take a look at it. Doesn't mean they're going to approve it. We don't know a dollar amount, but at least they're looking at it. And that's the same thing for building 500 at Bayou Blue. Okay. And then Daniel, I think, has working on the demo phase on Bayou Blue. On that building 500, I think that can go out as soon as John Green lights it. Start that process. Probably going to be a quote project since it'll be under the dollar amount and not a bid project. Right, John?
And we can demo up as long as we don't disturb no ground, right?
Right.
We'll have to leave the slab there, but at least.
Right. The rec we got for this project from EHP was an advanced EHP, which means we can't do any ground disturbing. So we can't cut pilings or dig up any utilities or things like that. Okay, and then we're going to keep this one on here just because. It's actually under construction. So we had a pre-construction meeting at each school with the principals and coaches and whatnot. They were happy to see that coming. Randolph Shipyard already went to South Lafourche and took out the slab that was for the old press box. They're in the process of submitting submittals. Piling would be the first thing to start. So we're going to have another meeting in a couple of weeks. We're going to get an updated schedule. We should start to see things happening at all the facilities.
Right, Bob, not to speak for Randolph Shipyard, but their plan is to work both sides at the same time.
Pretty much, yeah. Look, they committed to finishing for January 1st. So that's a girls softball concession, which they're doing separate from the FEMA project, South Lafourche and Central.
Mr. Bernard, I do want to tell you that I knew that it had been approved before I received the phone call, because I was going back to Tidelands and I saw the demo taking place, and I said that could not happen unless Mr. Bernard gave us the approval. So I was pleased to see that.
That's right.
Randolph Shipyard did not wait.
No, they did not.
No, they did not.
that they wanted to start. All right, I guess we'll go through we have upcoming bids. This is what we have left, pending. It's gonna be ROTC chair. We still have the Central Lafourche Manson roof that needs to be, worked out. And then whatever we do at Bayou Blue, with the new library, that's to be determined. All right, if we flip through, there's a few pictures in here. This is that Go to Middle. They put in the entrance from Highway 1 to get to the site.
Notice the bridge is open. Notice the bridge is open.
I did not notice that.
Hey. Long time coming.
Wow. Okay. That's where the portables were. That's been pulled up, and some scraggly oak trees that were not. They didn't come up. Continue on. And you can see the portables, the picture to the left, and then the two-story. They're going to start demoing that on Friday. The field house in the background will stay, obviously. So they're moving, which is good. So the roof project, Ingrid spoke about this one. You can see that most of the roof work is done, right? There's a few pieces of trim that's missing. They're waiting on some material to come in to finish it off, but for the most part, it's done. You can flip through. That blue section, obviously, right, is what they have left to do. So that's pretty much done. And that's Bayou Bluff.
That's Bayou Bluff.
Yeah, Red Schoolhouse. So they got their final dress and grade done for the most part, and they're in the process of cleaning up and moving out. That's building 15, tennis court to the left. That's where the pavilion would be, future pavilion. So that's the structure at Central Lafourche High School. That's prep prior to paint. Andy said they have been making progress, which I agree. They've made an effort. We're going to continue, and you can see where they actually got the first coat on. So things are looking better. And that's the schedule. So we'll be continuing to update that, but for your reference, if need be, you can see start and completion dates where they currently stand. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Bernard. Any questions from Mr. Bernard? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
To receive a report from lead accountant Shasta Shasta, which I think is going to be Mr. Martin, with reference to ongoing project budgets.
Yes, sir. As of July 31, 2025, all bond proceeds and interest earned on the proceeds have either been obligated or expended for various projects throughout the district. The amount obligated and expended for each bond issuance is as follows. 2017 bond issuance, $19.8 million. 2021 bond issuance, $53.7 million.
Thank you, Mr. Martin. Any questions from Mr. Martin? And finally, to consider requests from South Lafourche Flag Football to waive the fee for the use of the South Lafourche High School football field. And I believe we have a representative from South Lafourche to discuss the matter.
Good evening. I'm here to get the request to waive the fees to use the South Lafourche football field to bring back the flag football league to the down the bayou area. Ever since it has been moved to Thibodeau, and for kids down the bayou to be able to play flag football, you have to drive an hour. Now that I've moved back home, I would like to bring it back down the bayou for them to be able to access it closer to home. Thank you.
Has the insurance and everything?
Mr. Brew, our risk manager, says that the insurance has been approved.
So moved by Mr. Wright, seconded by the chair. Any public comment? Any board comment? I'm happy to see it back.
I would like to say, yeah, sorry that my kids are aged out at this point, but they did enjoy it when it was there, and I know that all of the younger kids in the South Beach area will really appreciate having that vote. Thank you.
And before we adjourn the meeting, I just want to let everyone know that at noon Saturday, Nichols will be playing Incarnate Word. Will be the first broadcast game in the United States. So it'll be on ESPN2. We love to pack the stadium. I'm wearing my Nichols paraphernalia tonight. If not, watch us. Please come join us. Meeting adjourned.
The motion was
Yeah,
carried.
it was carried.